specialty face-off plays in the bank to start your year. 4 of them. And all 4 lines know them. Now, not all 4 lines are going to run the same ones during a game. A coach will call something out. The key is the defense. When we do this, Boogie then usually has to have a separate meeting with the defense after practice or that week to go through all of them because they need to know them all. So it's important that the defense are aware of everything. But that's how we do it. So you get 4 in the bank right off the bat just by going around at the end of practice, all 4 circles, and working on your different face-off plays. This is one here that Tampa runs. Tampa runs a lot of stuff with their defense, a lot. They'll have defense up on a circle. They'll run D to a back door, which I'll show you. This is a 4 up. That's a defenseman for Tampa right there. And then they build this wall of 3. The key is the loss. If they lose it, they can jump, and they jump. Real aggressive. They've got Hedman teed up right here. Johnson's on the draw. And again, guys, this is not an accident. This is something that they've got set up, and they run. Let it go. Back. He gets to step into it, and there's your goal. Okay, there's that wall built up there. All right, and it's tough to get through it because of the bumps that take place. So that 4-up face-off can be very, very effective. This is one that we call the Chicago roll. And what's going to happen here, Chicago is going to win this draw back. The board side winger for Chicago is going to roll up and around, and the D that gets it, in this case the right defenseman, is going to drop it to that forward. Watching it, let it run. Pause. Okay, there's the board side winger for Chicago. D gets it, little bump right here, and drops it to him. Let it run, Coop. Drift it to the net, centers at the net, and there's your goal. So, we've got a term in San Jose, R&D, and it's not research and development, it's research and duplicate. All right? We're playing Chicago. So Boogie and I said before the game, fuck, let's try it. Let's give it a go against Chicago. Let's run the Chicago roll against Chicago. Well, here we are. There's Chicago. Here's us. Yep. We win it. Brent Burns, drop to Patrick Marleau. And there it is. And the nice thing about that is you can kind of, as an assistant coach, you can kind of look at the other bench and kind of smile at each other because they run a ton of plays, as I said. I really like this because this is a version of a D down the wall that we hadn't seen before, okay? And when we did the pre-scout, what's going to happen? They're going to win this draw back, and this D is simply going to take it down the wall. That's nothing. We've all seen that. Usually when that happens, this forward comes out and fills for the defenseman to try to lose coverage. They don't do that here. What's going to happen? Tampa's going to win this draw back. D down the wall. This D is going to slide over, and this forward's going to fill for the left defenseman. All right? And I like it because we hadn't seen it before. It's a nice adjustment to a D down the wall. Yep, let it run. Down, there's your back, and over. An opportunity to get a puck to the net. So a nice example or a version of a D down the wall. This is Dallas here now with Sharp. So, Boogie's job, and you'll see in a second, is the defensive side of the puck. All right, off face-offs. Ours is the offensive side, or mine is. When this draws one back here to the right defenseman, Klingberg, all right, left winger for Anaheim, his job is simply to get through here. All right, normally, you want to bump in here to get Klingberg a little bit of time. Sharp doesn't want to give him any time. Sharp is the right shot on his offside here. Watch what happens here in this little one-timer. Yep. Let him go through. There's your little play. Bang. And you get your quick one-timer. So, a set play by Dallas, one of the best offensive teams in our league. All right, and if you've got that guy that's got that one-timer, a nice little play that you can run. This one here is against St. Louis. And before the game against St. Louis, we talked about this. St. Louis, off a loss, is a pure man-on-man team, 100%. We win this draw back. Wherever Joe Pavelski goes, Peter Angelo will go with him. They're pure man-on-man. They don't care how high, that's where they're going to go. When they have success doing it, they're a heck of a hockey club. But we had talked about maybe trying to exploit that, pulling their D high and then looking for a defenseman, which we did. Let it run. Peter Angelo, pause. That's a defenseman now up on Pavelski, way up here. So what does Pavelski do? He goes to Mark-Edward Vlasic. Yep. Over, puck to the net, and we score off that. So every team has their systems. Boogie will talk about what we do. As a staff, you have to decide, do you want your D to go up that high off a loss? That's something that's philosophical. All right, that's your call.